Hello everybody, welcome back to Tundra Missionary. I am Zach, and I am back with another video. And today we are going to be doing my record collection, which I have right in front of me here. And if you saw my CD collection videos, or at least one of them, you know that I was showing them off in chronological order from the time they were released to present day. And it's going to be no different here. I'm going to start with my earliest album to the latest album. So, without further ado, let's just get right into it. So, my record collection isn't super impressive. I mean, records are pretty expensive. I've got about roughly 20 to 30 here. But, yeah. Aside from all that, we're going to kick things off here with Cat Stevens' T for the Tillerman, which is released in 1970, and it's been quite a little while since I've given it a listen, so my memory doesn't remember it too well of how much it sounds, but definitely deserves another listen on a turntable. It is a little bit worn, but the record itself is in good condition, and that's the main thing that matters. And so, 1971 here, we've got the Rolling Stones with Sticky Fingers. Very iconic album cover here, and this is the very first record I ever got. And in here we've got a little poster of the band here, along with track listing, which is pretty neat. And then 1973, we've got Lynyrd Skynyrd, pronounced Leonard Skinner, which is the actual name of the album. A lot of popular songs on here. We've got, Freebird, Tuesday's Gone, Simple Man. All their big epic songs are all on here. And then we open it up here. We've got lyrics, pictures of the band. And then we've got a pack of cigarettes in the back, because why not? And yeah, very cool listen. And then, 1973 still, we've got Steve Miller Band with The Joker. Which obviously the big single on here is The Joker. A very cool listen. Inside here we've got a series of pictures of Steve Miller, I would assume. But yeah. Pretty cool stuff, pretty cool stuff. And then, 1974 here, we've got Elton John Caribou. I've listened to this one a handful of times on a record table. It's a very enjoyable listen. We've got some pictures of the band members. And then we've got some popular singles on here. Excuse my language, it's the name of the song, but we've got The Bitch Is Back and Don't Let the Sun Go Down on Me. So there you go. And then 1975 here, we've got Jefferson Starship, Red Octopus. Another record that I haven't listened to too much, but I do enjoy the song Miracles on here. Very epic, almost 7-minute song. So, and then this is a album that I see on a ton of people's record collection videos on YouTube. So it's definitely a very popular one for people's vinyl collection, and for good reason too, because it is Fleetwood Mac Rumors. A very popular late 70s album. We've got some nice pictures of the band there. And then, if that one picture's not enough for you, that's okay. Because we've got a ton here. Which is pretty cool how they included all that in the vinyl. Very nice. Very enjoyable listen. A lot of popular tracks on here. Almost every single song on here is a single. So. And then one of my friend's favorite bands, we've got Styx, The Grand Illusion. I really enjoy listening to this one. I've had this one on the turntable quite a bit of times. We've got Fooling Yourself, Come Sail Away, two very popular singles that are right off this album. And something that I was really surprised they included when I first purchased this. I wasn't expecting it at all. But it was a nice little surprise for the consumer. We've got a massive poster of the band here, which I do enjoy. I've thought about hanging it up on my wall or something, but I just like having it in the record. I don't know, but it was really cool that they included that. And then 1977 here, which is actually the previous two records we just went through are 1977 as well. But this is finishing off 1977 with Jackson Browne, Running on Empty. I really do enjoy this one. I enjoyed it so much that I actually got the CD one as well, which I did display in my 60s and 70s CD collection video. And then we've got a picture in the back here too. We've got some popular hits on here, such as Running on Empty and Stay. 1978 here, we've got the album that started it all for me, with my interest in music in general. Dire Straits' self-titled record. I really do enjoy this one. Very bluesy sound. Sultans of Swing is on here, one of their most popular hits. And then within the record, we have got a photo of the band here, along with lyrics. So, very cool. And then finishing off 1970 here, 1979, we've got Supertramp, Breakfast in America. One of my favorites to listen to. Let me just open up the plastic here so we can delve into this record a little bit more, if I do say so myself. So, there we are. We've got the back. It's the band having breakfast. Because, of course, I mean, it's Breakfast in America. And then something that was pretty clever that I thought they did was within the track listings here, they made it kind of look like a menu from an actual breakfast restaurant, which is very clever. I like that unique display of lyrics. And then 1980 here, we've got my one Rush album, Moving Pictures, which is a very popular Rush album, probably their most popular, I would say. Then we've got the back here. It's got some good singles like Tom Sawyer and Limelight, Red Bruschetta. A lot of good songs on here. And then if we open it up here, we've got lyrics along with several pictures of the band. And then 1982 here, we've got a lesser known band here. We've got Golden Earring Cut, which I do enjoy this record a lot. It's got a good single on here called Twilight Zone, which I've actually heard on the radio several times. It's the only song from them I've ever heard on the radio, as a matter of fact. But yeah, if you ever wanted to, it's a very solid rock band that's just not very well known of. They've released a lot of material, they just never got very popular. So if you ever wanted to get into Golden Earring, this is definitely the album to start with. And then there's a picture of the band in the back. And then 1983 here, we've got The Police with Synchronicity, their last album they released before they broke up. And this one's in plastic too, so bear with me while I unveil the plastic. There we are. The back looks pretty much similar. A lot of popular singles on here. Half of them are all singles, you know. So you got Synchronicity, you got Every Breath You Take, King of Pain, Wrapped Around Your Finger. Bunch of good stuff. And then this one I did get used, even though it's in really good condition. It came with this little limited mail offer to, it looks like to, a limited mail order video offer, which expires in 1985, which is pretty funny. But I got it for memorabilia's sake, I suppose. And then in here we've got a picture of the band. If I can pull it out. Just give me a second here. There we go. Voila! And then track listings, of course. And then 1985 here, we've got my other Dire Straits album, Brothers in Arms. When I saw this one at the record store, I couldn't just let it sit there. I had to pick it up. I am a big Dire Straits fan. Very simplistic artwork here with track listing, of course. It is a double vinyl because the record is just a little under an hour long. So there's a lot of material in here. But yeah, that's a good one to listen to. And then, we're in the 90s now, kicking off 1990. Punk rock band, Social Distortion. I do enjoy listening to this one. Very upbeat music to get you pumped up before a day of work or something. And then, what's unique about this one, which I like, is that it comes in blue raz, cool blue vinyl, which is very cool to see when you play it on a turntable. Do enjoy that picture as well in track listings. So yeah, it was pretty cool that they included that little surprise in that one as well. Actually, I don't think it was much of a surprise. I think it had a little sticker on it when I bought it that said it was in blue vinyl. But aside from all that, we've got Red Hot Chili Peppers here, Blood Sugar Sex Magic. I'm a big Red Hot Chili Peppers fan, so this was definitely an easy pick for me. Track listing in the back there. This one's also on double vinyl, considering this album's about 73 minutes long. So it's a very lengthy listen. And then, here, we've got some photos of the band as well, which is pretty neat. And then, 1983 here, we've got Smashing Pumpkins' Siamese Dream. Very cool artwork here. And then we've got a little mini poster of the track listings. It is cool artwork, but it is kind of weird how they used, like, little kids for the artwork. But, it's Billy Corgan, you never know with that guy. But, some cool artwork in there. And then this is also on double vinyl too, considering that the album is 62 minutes long. So, very cool stuff. Definitely a good pickup for me. And then 1985, we've got another Red Hot Chili Peppers album here. Lesser known one, One Hot Minute. This is during the time when the band's guitarist was Dave Navarro from Jane's Addiction instead of John Frusciante. And he really added a really heavy touch to the band, making them almost give a heavy metal sound along with their usual funk rock. And it actually creates quite an interesting album here, which I really do enjoy listening to. It does have some explicit material though, so I wouldn't recommend listening to it with your family or anything like that. But we've got some cool lyrics here with a really cool picture of the band. I do like that picture. And kind of opens up like that. They really did do a lot of detail with the lyrics here, which is very cool. So yeah. And then, really happy I have this on vinyl, because for some reason I don't have it on CD, despite being an Oasis fanatic. But I've got Watch the Story Morning Glory on record here, which is awesome. Double vinyl. It contains a bonus song called Bonehead's Bank Holiday, which you won't find on the CD version, which is pretty neat. It opens up here. We've got a picture of Noel and Liam Gallagher here. And then another picture here. And then it opens up even more to unveil more pictures of the band. Hopefully you can kind of get a good glimpse of all that. And yeah, pretty cool stuff. I like it. And then, of course, being a Green Day fan, I have to have at least one Green Day record in my collection, which just so happens to be Nimrod, which is one of my favorites from their discography. And then in here, we have got a picture of the band, even though they look quite distressed in this picture. And then there's the track listings. But yeah, and the back, of course. So, very cool. And then I only have 2 records in the 2000s, but that is okay because they are very good records in my opinion. They're both from the same band. We've got Dave Matthews Band, Big Whiskey and the Groogrux King. A very cool rock and jazz fusion band here. They provide something very unique to the table in today's modern music. Very different from anything you'll ever hear. But yeah, very cool artwork. I do enjoy that. And then it opens up as well. And it is double vinyl, considering it's about a little over 50 minutes long. So, pretty good listen. And then also, I've also got Dave Matthews Band's most recent album, Away from the World. More very cool artwork here. This was released in 2012, which I would say Dave Matthews Band is due for a new album soon, I would imagine. It's been 4 years, almost 5 years, once it reaches 2017. But yeah, but it's really cool how they have this artwork in here. I really like that artwork of the band. It's really cool. But yeah, and something unique about this one too, about the vinyl per se. It's not your Born Black. No, no, no. It's clear. Hua, hua, hua. Which is pretty cool. And then we've got lyrics on the sides of the vinyls, which is pretty cool. This one's on double vinyl as well, considering that it's actually about the same length as its predecessor, about a little over 50 minutes long. So very cool stuff. But yeah, there you guys have it. That is my entire record collection. I do plan on collecting more in the future, and when that time arises, I will provide you guys with a record update video. So I wouldn't expect it in the near future though, because records are expensive, and I'm not gonna lie, you know, I've got more important things to spend my money on, unfortunately. But if the time arises, it'll happen. So, in conclusion, guys, thank you all for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. And yeah, have an awesome day, guys. Take care.